Boom! It's your boy Jimmy. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Straight from y'all, street to Wall Street. Anybody tells you that money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Whoa, no. Dude, wake up, get that girl hyped up just to get a little bit. The only woman in the morning wanna turn on his Becky quick, while the average man's looking at curves like she fine as heck. I'm over here looking at tails and wicks like buy or sell. I left the chaos for the market. Nah, I don't want a street spot, I want a stock pick. I know the style got flair, trigger my stop losses, but I ain't got time for distractions. My Vivo with PFs crossing, rich with hot trades from pushing hot keys, straight to G's and plans to make grand. Still in my tank top, Batman pajamas, house slides in about 5 hot picks of the day, cause I like the way the dial moves. For hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know some folks don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my Mac day? You see we're different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dogs, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, I grow at the market. Waking up with the future, stacking up some commas. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. They used to watch me move dance, roll style. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and the cops. Now I run down ETF and make profit. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit. While watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. See me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. He said today I'm taking the risk, they got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call the short squeeze. You get the drop, she pulls the trigger and shuts it down. If she stays on my watch list, I might have to keep her, but I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Go ahead, be bold. Trader, get your squire head. I'll double top that guy, head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over, cause I see big moves in contracts. If I say I made 1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, just why you get calls, get split, get delisted and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, eat my bacon and eggs, light up watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals. They used to watch me move them packs, roll stop it. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq, profits. Used to run from the ATF and the cops. Now I run down ETFs. Hey, my plug that we don't trade. Right on what we do, man. Hey, Prada, hey, Suge, Mike. What we doing, dog?
Make profit.
That TTG money gang.
We making profit.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo. Well, we just cut that short there. What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trending Group live stream. Hope you guys are all excited for the most highly anticipated earnings report of the earnings seasons. I feel like every time that we do an NVIDIA earnings report or we do an NVIDIA earnings coverage, it is always the most important earnings report of NVIDIA's history. That's always the most important earnings report for the overall market. It's always the most important one. And it's not, even though you keep saying that, it keeps on being the most important one, it doesn't make it any less true. It really, truly is the most important earnings release, especially now as we've gotten these AI jitters in the market. These AI jitters have kind of come over us here, as you've seen them, Nasdaq and the SPY kind of pull themselves back, led by a drawdown in tech, and mostly led by a drawdown in some of these semiconductors and the AI-related trade. All your big AI stocks, minus Alphabet, are all trading significantly lower from where they were just a couple of weeks ago. Alphabet actually just releasing their new version of Gemini, and that's just been really, really great. And you've seen Alphabet trading to the upside now, making a new all-time high actually today. But all the rest of these names, look at all the hyperscalers. You look at Meta, you look at Amazon, you look at Microsoft, you look at Nvidia, you look at Palantir, you look at AMD, you look at Broadcom. All these stocks have pulled back. Oracle, forget about it. That's the one that's gotten hit the most because of all the debt that they're taking on to try to build out all these data centers. You've seen a real pullback in the froth that came into the AI trade. If you guys have been following my live stream for a little while now, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you guys all here for NVIDIA's earnings. And I'm going to break down for you guys exactly, how I'm going to trade NVIDIA tomorrow after we see what the earnings are. I don't go into the earnings reports positioned. Obviously, I still have my long-term portfolio position on NVIDIA. That doesn't change. But from a trading perspective, I don't buy calls. I don't buy puts. I don't go long. I don't go short. I don't do any of those things going into the earnings print. I do those things. I wait to see what the earnings actually are, and then I'll go ahead and trade the stock there tomorrow. Okay. They come out at 4:20. So we got about 12 minutes before the earnings come out. I will also say this, guys, bear with me. I am sick as a dog. I've been fighting as best as I can. I've been taking a bunch of cold remedies and everything else. And I am sick. I went through a whole box of tissues. I have my tissue box right here because I'm sure I'm probably gonna have to blow my nose at some point during this live stream, but it's too important of a day. It doesn't matter if I had 103-degree fever, which I don't, but even if I did, I'd still be here with you guys because this is just way too big of a day. And there's a lot riding on this. I think that NVIDIA's earnings are going to dictate the direction that this market goes for the rest of the month. And then I think the direction that the markets go for the rest of the year will be dictated by the Fed meeting, which is going to be December 10th. We got some news today that I really don't like. And that news is that we're not going to get the October jobs report at all. And we're not going to get the November jobs report until December 16th. Why don't I like that? Because the Fed meeting is December 10th, which means we're not going to get October or November's job data prior to the Fed deciding whether or not they're going to cut rates. And the Fed is split. Right now, the Fed is split. They're split on whether or not they should cut rates by 25 basis points at the December meeting. I, for one, personally think that they should. But it seems like at this point, half the Fed members think cut and half the Fed members think not to cut. And the fact that they are not going to have access to that jobs data, you saw the odds of a rate cut at the December meeting on Kalshi on the betting markets really just drop off today when we found out that news. There's now like a 65% chance that the Fed just stays put. That is not what I wanted to see. I want to see the Fed cut rates in December. There's a bunch of people out there that are talking about, we don't necessarily need rate cuts in December. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that if we don't get a rate cut at the December meeting, I think the markets are going to trade back to the downside. So I think whether or not we get that year-end Santa Claus rally and that chase for performance that I still think is very possible, depending on what happens here with NVIDIA, and if we do get those rate cuts, that is something that I think we're going to need in order for the markets to finish the year real nice and strong. Okay. So, right now, I think more than ever right now, it's important to be able to act very quickly. And I think right now that it's important to know what you're looking at, and being part of a trading community and a group that has your back, I think is really important during times like this, because there's a lot of emotions going on. You know, it's like when markets go up, everyone's happy and everything is great and dandy. And then as soon as you get a little pullback, everybody starts to get pretty upset. It's a little pullback in the overall market. It's a massive pullback if you're sitting in crypto land. So crypto land is really taking it on the chin. You saw about 125,000 accounts got liquidated again over the last 24 hours. This has been just a massive liquidation and blowout of leverage and margin in the crypto markets. That's the problem when you guys hold on to positions with these high leverage positions. It doesn't take much to get blown out. And you have some of these accounts, these international accounts, that can give you 100 times leverage, 50 times leverage. It's crazy. On 100 times leverage, all you need is a 1% move to get liquidated. 50 times leverage, you need a 2% move to get liquidated. You know, and obviously you've seen now Bitcoin has dropped like 30% from its highs, Ethereum even worse. And it seems like every day you're getting 100,000 or more traders that are getting liquidated from those margin calls. So it's been pretty wild. I'm targeting, for me, I own Bitcoin, I own Ethereum. For me, I'm targeting the 70s. So if I get Bitcoin into the 70s, I will be stepping in. I will be buying Bitcoin in the 70s. Okay. So that's kind of my target there. We got a couple of minutes here before we got NVIDIA earnings, and I'm going to cover Palo Alto earnings. Just actually came out a couple of minutes ago, so we'll hit on that. But before I get to Palo Alto, listen, the Santa Claus rally is cool. You know, everyone likes to feel good about the Santa Claus rally and the end of the year, and it's the holidays, and for the markets to move higher, and everybody likes that. But if you want to make a lot of money quick into the end of the year, a pullback can do that potentially even faster than a stock market, than a Santa Claus rally. Because if the markets were to pull back from here, and if see this line I have drawn on my screen, that's it. That's the level. If that level breaks, then you're going to be looking at more downside, in my opinion. From a technical standpoint, that's the support level that we need to hold, and that's a support level that is in jeopardy if things go south here with NVIDIA's earnings in 7 minutes. Okay, but the reality is that when stocks go down, the moves that they make are larger, and they happen faster, and larger and faster moves, that's just increased volatility. That's a better thing for traders like yourself and I. It allows us to make more money in a shorter period of time. And at the end of the day, let's be real, we're not patient people. Okay, we're not patient people. We like to get paid, and that's kind of what we're looking at there. But that's the big level that we need to focus on. Okay. I also want to say that what a time to start our crypto program starting here in December. So True Trading Group is launching a crypto program in December. And I was nervous about starting it with Bitcoin over 100,000, to be completely honest with you. But starting it in a down market gives our members a chance to learn how to trade and to profit, while Bitcoin is, in my opinion, going to be down there at a discount with all this leverage that's getting blown out in the crypto market. So I'm really excited about that. True Trading Group, we already trade stocks, options, futures, we day trade, we swing trade. We cover long-term portfolio investing as well, but we are officially launching a full-blown crypto program in True Trading Group here starting in the month of December. So if you guys are new to this channel, if you're unsure about anything about myself or who I am, my name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. And True Trading Group is very proud to be powered by our partners at the Nasdaq, Benzinga, OpenAI, TradingView, DataBento, and yes, of course, also Unusual Whales. TTG is not just a chat room with courses and trade alerts. Yes, we have all those things. Yes, they're incredible. There's 8 professional traders and myself that trade with you live every day, share our screens, talk to you, give analysis, commentary, and our entries and exits. We have a cumulative win rate amongst all the mods on all of our executions of just around 80% now, going on roughly the last 5 or 6 years now. But TTG is a lot more than that. It's a fintech platform that gives retail traders tools, resources, access to data that gives them an edge and gives them an advantage over other retail traders. It gives them access to similar tools that institutional traders and professional traders use to make their trading decisions on a daily basis. This is an award-winning platform. We did receive the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. It's a platform that's built on education backed by experience, strategies proven through success, and tools that are all customized and think around all part of you, the individual, All of our AI tools are customized and individual to the user. They're not just a broad-based basket of tools. They are customized to each individual user so that it makes the most sense, gives you guys the most guidance. Okay. So if you guys are new to the channel, okay, welcome, subscribe, smash that like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, make sure you guys don't miss out on any of these live streams going forward. Now, the reason why I think you guys should pay attention to what I discuss here, we got a couple of minutes before we get NVIDIA's earnings. The reason why I think you should pay attention to what I discuss on this YouTube channel, it's not because I claim to be the world's greatest trader. Yes, I'm a damn good one, but I'm not the best. I never claimed to be. I don't have a 100% win rate. I am human. But the reason why I think you guys should pay attention here is because I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. It was my first job out of college. They had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the firm's money. And then shortly after that was 2008, the Great Recession, the huge stock market crash. But that was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards for short positions, specifically in a lot of the banks, and long positions earlier that year in oil-related stocks. So I didn't have to watch YouTube videos and sit in Discord in order to figure out the right way to do this. So that's why I think that you guys, more so than anything, should pay attention to what we talk about on this YouTube channel. So we're getting ready here, guys. A couple more minutes, and then we're going to get the moment we've all been waiting for. I also want to point out that wealth, everybody's here because they want to make money, right? And wealth is not built, usually it's not built in times of like perfect stability and certainty. Real wealth building comes from times of uncertainty and not feeling sure about, because that level of uncertainty is usually when you can get asset prices at cheaper, you get assets at cheaper prices rather than paying 250 times earnings or forward earnings for a stock like Palantir. There's a lot of these stocks that a lot of people wish that they owned or wish they owned more of. And let's see if we do get a little bit of a bigger pullback. I actually would very much welcome if this line you see on my screen breaks, because if that line you see on my screen breaks, then we're going to be probably looking at a full-blown correction in the S&P. Full-blown corrections are healthy. I do not think we're going to get a bear market. I do not think we're going to get an actual crash, but a correction would be incredibly healthy. Corrections are 10% declines. They happen once every 1 to 1.5 years. 5% declines, which is where we're at. It happened around 3 times a year. So, if we can drop another 3-4% from here, I think that would be fantastic, to be completely honest with you. I think that would be fantastic. Okay. So we'll see if we actually get it. All right. We got 2 minutes before we get NVIDIA. What I'll talk to you guys about NVIDIA, I actually think we're better off. I think that NVIDIA has pulled back over the last couple of weeks because there was too much froth up there at 210. If you look at Palantir made this big rally before they printed earnings. I actually trimmed my Palantir position. I trimmed my position 206.86 in the long-term portfolio. That was right before they reported earnings because I felt like the stock had run too far into earnings, and I was worried about a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. And even though Palantir's earnings were amazing, which they were, okay, even though they were amazing, the stock still sold off. Palantir's earnings were as good as you're ever going to see from a software company, and the stock still sold off because the stock was overextended into that earnings print. That is not the case now with NVIDIA. A lot of that froth has been kind of sucked out of the market, and I think that now if they do have a really good report, I do think it's possible we can pop to the upside here. So let's see. And I want to make this known right now, just because the AI stocks are taking a hit, it's not the same as a bubble or makes me any less bullish on it. So here comes NVIDIA as these numbers are coming through here right now. Initial pop here is the initial move here is to the upside on NVIDIA, and that's got the whole market trading higher right now. They see fourth quarter revenue of 63.7 to 66.3 billion. Analysts were only expecting 62 billion. The whisper number on the street from the buy side analysts was 63 billion to 64 billion. So even though analysts, the average analyst number was looking for 62 billion for their guidance, kind of the whisper number that buy side analysts wanted to see was 63 to 64. So a little bit more of an aggressive number there. And NVIDIA surpassed that. 64 to 66 billion dollars is the guidance that we're getting from Nvidia. Nvidia right now trading to the upside, now up 6% on the day, pushing higher up here to 193. This is not really that much of a surprise. I don't think anybody was really thinking we were going to get a negative report here from Nvidia. We certainly were not looking at a negative number. The earnings come in here. Revenue for the third quarter is a beat, 57 billion. Analysts were looking for 55 billion. And like I said, they did give you that beat and that raise. They see fourth quarter revenue, 65 billion plus or minus 2%. Their data center revenue is also a beat, 51 billion versus analyst expectations of 49 billion. And Nvidia is off to the races now, up 8% on the day, a little bit less than that after hours. We're up around 3.5 to 4% now after hours as we are trading back to the upside. And that's pulling the entire markets up with it. This is what we were talking about. So this is what we see, right? There was not that froth. Nvidia already sucked that froth out of it. And that's important. Okay, that's why we trimmed Palantir before their earnings, but we did not trim Nvidia before their earnings. And this is the reason why. Because when a lot of that froth gets sucked out, okay, when a lot of that froth gets sucked out and we trade back in here to the downside, right, over the last couple of weeks, we're down 10, 15%. So all that extra premium, all that extra froth, right, already came out of the name. So now if you get a good report, the stock's able to breathe and the stock can actually move higher, right? So that's this is a good report. Blackwell sales are off the charts. Quote from Jensen Huang: Blackwell sales are off the charts, is what we just said there. You kind of had a feeling that this was going to be a good report. Jensen Huang's been very visible over the last several weeks, going back to the GTC conference with Nvidia when he made all those announcements about all the deals that that Nvidia was signing, and then all the way into him being at the dinner with Elon Musk was there, and with the Saudis that came to the White House and being at the state dinner, and then he was actually speaking on stage today with Elon Musk at the U.S. Saudi Investment Forum that was taking place in D.C. And if you looked at his mannerisms, you looked at he just looked like he was light as a feather. He was laughing, he was having fun, and coming up into such an important report. I think that it is pretty. I think that it was a pretty telltale sign that you were going to get a good report. The question wasn't whether or not Nvidia's numbers were going to be good. There weren't really a lot of people that were expecting them to disappoint. The question was, what was the market's reaction going to be to their numbers, right? Did the stock sell off on the back of really good numbers? And if that were the case, I think we would have a little bit more of a problem on our hands, and you would look for markets to probably sell themselves off if Nvidia was to sell off on good numbers. Okay, you have your own support level here on Nvidia that I want to point out. Okay, you have one support level that's right here in the high 170s, and then you have another support level that's down here in the mid 160s. Those are two very key support levels for Nvidia, and then your biggest support level is here in the mid 150s. These are your three big support levels for Nvidia. If I was to see Nvidia, I'm just telling you these numbers on where I'm a buyer if it helps you guys. But if I was to see Nvidia at any point 155 to 160, that is the spot that I would be adding to my Nvidia position in my long-term portfolio. I've added to Nvidia every year since 2020. Our most recent add to Nvidia was the April Liberation Day tariff kind of crash. We were able to grab some more Nvidia shares in the 90s. That is the last time that we added to that position. We also added to, in 2024, we added on the Japanese yen carry trade blow up, which was in August. And that was also Nvidia in the 90s. So I don't have, those are my highest purchases are in the 90s there for Nvidia. I haven't added to anything here on this recent rally. We've had all the way up to 200. But if we got to pull back into this zone, that is an automatic buy for me in my long-term portfolio. Okay. You guys see the ridiculous and amazingly funny captions from Adam. I'm honestly trying really hard not to laugh. But Adam is behind the scenes throwing up for you guys some really good, captions there at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so we've got a good report here from from Nvidia, not a surprise. But what does this mean for the overall market? Let's go back. Here's this support level, 653. Okay. Now this level is going to be the support from September, and it's the October lows from, remember this day? This is the day that Trump threatened the 100% tariffs on China because of the rare earth export controls. Then we had the resolution to that, and then we had CPI number better than expected. Then you had that another, and then this was, I think this was all the NVIDIA news with the GTC conference. And then all of a sudden, everybody got worried about AI valuations. This is the support level, and this purple line you see on my screen, that's the 100-day moving average. Okay, so you can see all this structure here. This is a critical support level. If this support level you see on my screen were to break, then your next key support level will be 635 and then 620. Okay, those would be your next major support levels. Now, there's minor support levels that are mixed in here along the way, but I'm giving you the major levels that could potentially reverse trend. And that's really the difference. One of the things that you guys will learn when you guys join True Trading Group, when it comes to technical analysis, it's not just about identifying support and resistance. It's also determining the difference between a major level and a minor level. Major and minor levels, you should treat them differently. Okay. Minor levels tend to pause trend. Major levels can tend to reverse trend. And these are the levels that you want to be paying attention to, because what I try to do in all of my trades is I try to structure my trades around major levels. So my entry and my stop losses are centered around major levels, and my profit targets are centered around minor levels. Okay. That's really, painting a very broad brush over kind of a technical analysis style. That's kind of the difference between a major and a minor level. So what you see on my screen right now, these are the major levels that you have for the SPY. 653 support, then 635, and then 620. Now, if we were to get down to 620, that is going to give you a full-blown market correction. I will be a buyer in my long-term portfolio if we were to get down to 620. I want to say that is not my base case. My base case is not a full-blown correction down to 620. But if we do get there, I am a buyer in my long-term portfolio. So I wanted to put that out there for everybody so that we are crystal clear. You're getting a little bit more of a fade, right? We're getting a little bit of a fade here on NVIDIA's, the initial move higher. Let's go back on over to NVIDIA. Okay, you can see we are pulling back here just a little bit, right? We are pulling back here a little bit. You definitely do not want to see NVIDIA go back red. If NVIDIA goes back red, if NVIDIA were to go red on their earnings today, then I would probably say that tomorrow you should look for a test of 654 on the SPY. If NVIDIA were, I don't think it's going to. I'm just giving you the if this, then that, so you guys are prepared. It's a very volatile environment right now in the markets. I just always want to make sure you guys are prepared so that nothing surprises you. If you're prepared, if you have plans either way, and that's what I always like to do. I always like to say, okay, if this happens, what am I going to do? If that happens, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money? What is my plan? What am I going to get into? I always want to have those plan A, plan B. I want to have them set so that the reaction becomes very just by the book and it's not emotional. A lot of times when people get spun around in their trading, it's because they don't have a plan B. And if something happens that they were not expecting, they don't know what to do. And when they don't know what to do, they end up chasing moves. And that's how you end up shorting bottoms and buying tops, because you're chasing price action rather than going into a trade with a clear plan, because you don't have one. So that's why I always like to make sure we have plans. If something were to happen, let's say on the NVIDIA conference call, and NVIDIA drops back down, goes red, goes back down to 182, then I would say you should probably come into the day tomorrow looking for shorts and take you back down to this level you see down there around 654. I don't necessarily think that that's going to happen. It's not my base case. But I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And again, guys, bear with me. I am really sick. I'm probably going to have to blow my nose here pretty soon. So I am really congested. As far as resistance levels there on the SPY, back into this 50-day is going to be a big level. So basically what we've been doing inside your trading group, if you guys were on my live stream the last week of October, we had said that we were anticipating a pullback into the month of November. Okay. So far, we've been right about the pullback into the month of November. And in order for me to feel comfortable that the pullback is over, we need to get above 670. See this? I just drew this line right here for you guys on my screen. In order for me to feel like this pullback is over, I think we got to get back above 670. Until we get back above 670, I'm looking for shorts off of resistance levels rather than longs into support levels. Speaking of longs into support levels, though, I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say something that a lot of people might think I'm crazy, but I am looking at MicroStrategy long. Yes, I'm looking at MicroStrategy long, MSTR, and I'm going to show you guys why. I think MicroStrategy is going to try to put in a little bit of a bottom here in the 180s. MicroStrategy has gotten decimated in the last couple of months, completely decimated. Okay. But I want to zoom out. I want to show you something here. If you look back to the left, you can look back to 2024. Look at all of this resistance that we had in the 180s. That was the level that we had to break prior to that big massive rally in the end of last year. So, and I'll zoom in here just a little bit to show you guys with a little bit more clarity. So here you can see this. Let me delete this circle so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. There's that resistance. Then we broke through it right here in October, pulled back in, and it became support, and then you rallied. And then since that rally, we've since pulled all the way back down. And now where are we? We are sitting right back down against that support level here once again. I think MicroStrategy back above 190, 191, which is where we currently are trading right now, as we're moving higher in the after hours. Bitcoin is moving higher. The overall markets are moving higher. MicroStrategy is moving higher. If MicroStrategy reclaims 190, 191, what I think you are going to see is a little bit of a bounce back on MicroStrategy that could take you back to at least 220 and give you a nice little relief bounce back into this previous pivot low that was prior support earlier this month. So here you guys can see there's 220, there's 220, and that's kind of the area that I'm looking for MicroStrategy to bounce back into. And if Bitcoin was to rally a little bit further, we can even take that out and push even further back to the upside. But we're going to need Bitcoin to really cooperate. We got to extreme fear on Bitcoin in the fear of greed index. And with MicroStrategy, and we have support here around 90K on Bitcoin, which we've tested now 2 days in a row, and we're trying to hold. If Bitcoin were to hold 90 and we bounce back to, let's say, 94, 95, something like that, I still think there's more downside in Bitcoin. But in the very near term, I think that we can get a little bit of a relief bounce. Nothing goes down in a straight line. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And Bitcoin's fallen 30% plus off its highs in just a matter of a few weeks. So I think we're getting stretched because of all the liquidations we're getting, because of the leverage that's getting blown out. And I think Bitcoin's getting to the point where we're a little stretched like a rubber band, and you might snap back into the 90s. And I think that gives you a tradable move off these 180s on MicroStrategy to pop back into the 200s, right? So we will be watching MicroStrategy long literally tomorrow. We're going to be looking at MicroStrategy long, and we're going to look for Bitcoin to give us a little bit of a bounce back, as maybe some people feel much better now about risk assets, crypto, AI. That trade has kind of been side by side from a retail trader perspective, with Bitcoin and Palantir and Nvidia, darlings amongst the retail trade. And, with Nvidia having a good report here, I feel like maybe you can get a little bit of a relief move here on Bitcoin. And if so, I think MicroStrategy's got room. Okay. So that's going to be a trade that we're going to be watching there for tomorrow for all of our members here inside of TTG. If you guys are on the live stream now, you're getting it there firsthand with us right there. We also have earnings today. We also have earnings today from Palo Alto. Palo Alto is another name that I do own in the long-term portfolio. But those earnings the stock is not reacting as positively to those earnings. It is a top and bottom line beat on their earnings, 93 cents versus 89 cents, and sales come in at 2.47 versus analysts expecting 2.46 billion. So slight beats for Palo Alto. They see the next quarter, 93 to 95 cents earnings per share, analysts expecting 93. And they come right in line with the guidance, 2.57 to 2.59, analysts expecting 2.58. Their full year earnings per share is $3.80 to $3.90. Analysts expecting $3.81. And they raised their full year 26 sales guidance to 10.5 to 10.54 billion. Analysts expecting 10.51. So basically, this is a top and bottom line beat. But that's not why the stock is trading to the downside. The stock is trading to the downside because they announced an acquisition. Okay, so they announced an acquisition. It's not the earnings that has the stock trading to the downside. It is them announcing an acquisition. I need to dive deeper into the details of this acquisition. I'm not entirely familiar with it. I'm going to have to go through and read. Let me see. They're acquiring a company called Chronosphere, a next-gen observability platform built to scale with AI. The acquisition is expected to strengthen the company's ability to help organizations meet demand for unified data and security foundations. So I'm not familiar with Chronosphere, but it's almost a $3.5 billion acquisition. And that's why Palo Alto is trading to the downside. It's not their earnings that is the issue. A lot of times when you have an acquisition, the company doing the acquiring moves to the downside. All right. And that's why Palo Alto is off 6% here on the day. I'm not a big fan of what I'm seeing here on Palo Alto. You have an ascending wedge that could be triggering here. That could be triggering here to the downside. Massive support, which is like, when I say massive, I mean like a support level that I don't think we break beneath back really ever, is going to be the 130s. That is a very long ways away from here, but that is the major support level from 130s, 140s. That's your major level. I'll always point it out to you. Those are the levels that, don't even ask me. I'm buying in my long-term portfolio if and when I see it. But this is a an ascending wedge. And I think it's, you have support here at 180 and you do have some support at 185. So let's see if Palo Alto can hold these mid 180s and then try to bounce back to the upside. Okay. But, when you see ascending wedges are typically trend reversal patterns. They occur at the top of uptrends and they signal a little bit more of a reversal and a move back to the downside. So that is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on there for Palo Alto. Not selling it in my long-term portfolio or anything like that, but just wanted to point out that pattern to you guys, as that is the other company that came out with the other, important company that came out with their earnings here today after the bell. It wasn't just Nvidia, but obviously Nvidia is by far the most important earnings, really in the whole market. Being obviously the largest market cap, but also being the backbone of the AI trade. Everything kind of centers around Nvidia. Okay, so there we have that, and centers around everything that is AI. All the stuff that we do at True Trading Group, all the AI that we do. True Trading Group is at the forefront of AI technology and coupling that with trading technology for the retail trader to give them an edge and give them an advantage. Like I said, we did receive the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. We are partnered up with the Nasdaq. We have a working partnership with OpenAI, with Unusual Whales, Data Bento, TradingView. And putting that all together with all the AI tools that we have on our platform. We're actually doing for members only, but we are doing a live AI workshop and an AI training for all of our members immediately following this live stream. When I'm done with this live stream, we're actually going to go back into the main chat. So if you're a member of True Trading Group, when we're done here, get back over into the main chat. We've got an exciting cash giveaway that we're doing. It's NVIDIA earnings day. It's basically Christmas. Right? It's a holiday. NVIDIA earnings are a holiday. So we are doing a cash giveaway for our members back inside of main chat. And then following that, we're going to be doing the AI workshop and AI training, just showing our members the best way to use all the AI tools that are on our platform. And that's a big reason why so many of our members are successful. And that's why so many of our members are making money. And that's why True Trading Group has grown to now 11,000 members in 115 different countries. Because our member base does well and our member base makes money. You don't have to take my word for it. I don't want you to take my word for it. Just because I'm some guy on a YouTube channel with a cool painting that hangs behind him doesn't mean you should listen to every word that I say. Listen to the members. The members will be the ones that tell you the truth, right? I mean, I tell you the truth too, but if you don't know me, I haven't earned your trust yet for you to believe the things that I say, but members will tell you. And I'll just ask them, members that are on this live stream, members that are True Trading Group, right? If you guys are part of this community, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. If you guys are making money and you're becoming better traders because of TTG, if you are, type the number 1 in chat right now. Just go ahead, type the number 1 in chat if you guys are making money and becoming better traders because of TTG. And anyone that's on this live stream right now, we get about 2,600 people watching. If you're not a member, pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1. All these people, these are friends, family members, co-workers. These are your peers. If these people can make money, then so can you. There's absolutely no reason why all these people are telling you that they're making money with this platform, but you can't. They're not luckier than you, and they sure as hell do not have more. Joyful today says, I make at least $1,000 a day. How's that sound? How's $250,000 a year sound? That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Mr. Me says, AI charts, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Yeah, that is one of the things that True Trading Group is really known for, is our AI charting software. So we have our charting software that is completely integrated with AI that can help you identify support, resistance, give you entry and exit suggestions, and identify patterns. It factors in unusual options flow and options activity. It factors in dark pool data. We even have a feed to factor in level 3 data with our relationship with the Nasdaq for people that do have the level 3 data feature with their AI charts as well. It's really what we become known for because it's the only software out there that really exists where you can communicate with your chart with the AI. Thanks to TTG, I wasn't sweating the 4-to-4-day government shutdown. No government, no problem. TTG to the rescue, all bills paid on time. My boy Jimmy Benson, man, thank you for your service. Okay. Had a 6-figure October here. There's King Horn. There you go. A 6-figure October. Smiley killed it on Alphabet. Love Mari, says Ken. This is something I'm talking about. This is what makes True Trading Group really special. You know, thanks TTG and Mike for providing heads up before even the correction started. Yeah, that's true. We did. This is a fact. We were on this live stream, and I told everybody in the last week of October that we think we're going to experience a pullback into the month of November. We sure did. We switched things up. We started looking at shorts on a lot of different things. We trimmed out of some of our long-term portfolio up there. Like I said, we trimmed Palantir at 206.86. We trimmed Cisco at 79. We trimmed up Lovin. It's over 700. So we were able to really kind of, get ahead of that pullback. Definitely have seen some progress as shark food. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Progress is the only way to go, man. I love it. Love to see it as the markets make new highs right now we are getting MicroStrategy moving higher as well. MicroStrategy now back to 192. So remember, you heard it here first. We're looking for that long on Bitcoin, that long on MicroStrategy after just a bloodbath. We'll see if I'm right. It's definitely, it's a very clear counter trend trade, but I do think we're getting into a big enough of a support level. I think we are stretched enough to the downside that we could see a little bit of a snapback bounce. Okay. It's a high risk trade, right? It's a high risk trade. We're scared money don't make money. No, I'm only kidding. Okay. It's a high risk trade, but you just have to make sure you account, you control your risk, you manage your risk, you adjust your position size when you're taking high risk reward type of trades. But I think that the probability is on our side. So we'll see if that takes it through. Okay. But yeah, you guys are seeing firsthand, all these members are telling you that they're making money with True Trading Group. And it's not just because I'm the world's greatest trader. I'm not. I have never claimed to be. Yes, my trade alerts are great. Yes, the other 8 professional traders on True Trading Group, the trade alerts are great. You can follow the trade alerts if you want. But the real reason why members of True Trading Group are really finding true success is because they have access to tools and resources that they never really had access to before that is helping them make better decisions. That's the truth. As much as I would love to come up here and be like, I'm the greatest, I'm not. It's the community, it's the platform, it's the tools, it's the resources. Yes, it helps when you're taught and trained by myself and 8 other professional traders that, people that do this for a living, that's how they put food on the table. But having access to a community of 11,000 traders from all over the world that share the same goals, while also having access to award-winning tools, that's the stuff that makes a difference for all these people. How many people are here? How many people here feel stressed about money here around the holidays? Type the number one if you feel stressed about money around the holidays. Type the number one if that's you. Just go ahead. Type the number one if you feel stressed around the holidays because of money specifically. Type the number one if that's you. Be honest. Be honest. Nothing to be shy about. Nothing to be embarrassed about. But if you guys are stressed about money with the holidays, I mean, listen, the cost of living is high. Shit is expensive. I totally get it. Insurance is through the roof. Health insurance, auto insurance, electricity bills are through the roof. Groceries. My wife comes home from the grocery store. She spent $300 and everything she bought fits in this box. And I'm like, what? I get it. I really do. I really do. I really get it, man. I really do. But this is what True Trading Group is really all about. It's not about buying a mansion and a Lamborghini and a Rolex and sailing on a private yacht. Those things are nice, but True Trading Group is about real financial freedom and just removing financial stress from your life to where you're not feeling stressed about money around the holidays. You're not worried about your electricity bills. You're not worried about your grocery bills. If you're typing the number one right now, it's totally normal. But there's a difference between feeling stressed and being scared. Scared means you don't have a plan. Okay? And if you don't have a plan and you are scared, then you have a reason to be scared because you don't have a plan. But feeling stressed means you know. And if you're feeling stressed, and people here that are even part of True Trading Group, if you guys are feeling stressed, but you have a plan. Old time, he says, honestly, non-members, the True Trading Group platform that Adam has built, Adam's my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group, if you guys didn't know who that was, is unlike any other and is so far advanced than all others with the number one AI personalized trading assistant. That's a fact. Stress is normal. Stress keeps you honest. Stress makes you check yourself. Stress humbles you. Stress helps you prepare. Stress and fear are not the same thing. Stress is what you feel when you know you need to start doing something. Fear is what you feel when it's too late because you didn't do anything about it. That's a difference. Fear is, I screwed up, I waited. I waited till I thought the time was right. I waited till I had more time. I waited till I had more money. I waited until this, and that. And the reality is the perfect time never comes. Unfortunately, so many people are going to wait and say, in January, I'm going to focus on this. That's what people do, right? It's always new year, new me. In January, I'm going to stop eating cupcakes. In January, I'm going to start going to the gym. In January, I'm going to get myself involved in the stock market because stocks are high right now, and I don't think now is really a good time. Michael Berry just said he shorted Palantir and Nvidia, so the markets must be about to crash. That's what people tend to do. They tend to say, I'll just wait until January. And then what do? They go to the gym for 2 weeks, and then they stop. You stare at candles all day, don't talk to me how to live my life. Why are you getting so upset, Jack? Guess what staring at those candles does for me, brother? It allows me to work from this office every single day and spend time with my daughter all day, every day. It allows me to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with my daughter and my wife. It allows me to not have to waste 2 hours of my life every single day sitting in rush hour traffic. It allows me to live a better life than my parents lived staring at those candles. It allows me to help 11,000 people from all over the world realize their financial dreams that they never thought were possible. It allows me to never have to answer to anybody else and kiss up to anyone's ass ever again. It allows me to set my own schedule and live my life on my own terms. That's what staring at those candles does for me. A parent's goal should be for their kids to do better than they did. That's my goal. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can to set my kids up to have an advantage over other people. The decisions that I make as an adult will help determine where in the race of life my kids get to start. Because the reality is The reality is, right? The reality is that everybody doesn't start at the same place, right? Everybody doesn't start at the same place. That's the truth. That's just the truth. Some people have an advantage over others. But that's life, and life's not fair. And I'm going to do whatever I can to set my kids up so that they start much further ahead in that race of life, so that they have a chance to live a better life than I did. You add nothing to the world. Stop incentivizing people to sit and waste your life watching candles. Contribute to our economy in real ways. Trading stocks does not help anyone but yourself. Jack, you're going to so regret the words that you were saying. Jack, watch this. Jack, are you ready? I want to make sure that you're paying attention. I want to make sure you're watching what's about to come next. So, Jack, I want you to pay very close attention. You're saying we do nothing for the economy. You're saying that me trading stocks helps only myself. That's what you said, right? You're going to feel really, really, really dumb with this next part. TTG members, there's two-part question to this. There's two parts to this. So there is a follow-up. So one more time, TTG members. Jack, I really want to make sure you're paying attention. TTG members, type the number 1 if you are making money, because I stare at candles all day. Because you guys are a member of True Trading Group, are you guys making money? Type the number 1 if you're a member and you guys are making money. And then I have a follow-up question to that, but I want you to type the number 1 if you're making money. So Jack, I want you to count for me. I hope that you are able to count. I want you to go ahead and count the number 1s that you see on the screen. If you need like a piece of paper and pen and do like 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal line, that's 5, right? That's going to help you count. 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal line. That'll help you keep track so you don't lose count. But go ahead and count all the number 1s that you're seeing come through this side of the screen. And then I have a follow-up question to this. Before I ask the follow-up question, I want to know how many people are on here that are not members. Do me a favor, type the letters TTG if you're not a member. Before I ask the follow-up question, type the letters TTG if you are not a member. Jack, I expect a TTG to come from you. I hope that you are still here. So type the letters TTG if you're not a member. All right, Sir Lags a lot, Rico, Yellen, Recon Kitten, Gerson, Grace, Bruce. Tony goes, well, because I made money today with True Trading Group, I went to the grocery store and I contributed to the economy. I love that. So just go ahead and type the letters TTG if you're not part of the group. Okay. I want you to see this. All non-members. Okay. I want you guys to see this. What are some ways that people contribute to the economy? What are some ways people contribute to society? Pay taxes? Yes or no? Pay taxes? Do you pay more or less taxes as a result of True Trading Group? Members, do you pay more or less in taxes as a result of True Trading Group? Just type the word more or less in chat. If you are a member, you pay more taxes or less taxes? Look at that. That's interesting. That's interesting. So as a result of True Trading Group, we are paying more taxes that can then be used to be spent on a lot of other programs and a lot of other things that contribute to society. Right? I think paying taxes contributes to society. I think that's fair. Now, if I lived in Puerto Rico or if I lived in Dubai and I didn't pay any taxes, then maybe that would be one thing, but I don't. I live in the grand old US of mother effing A. And I pay my taxes. And my taxes are, and they are, it's a lot of them. But paying taxes is not a bad thing. Paying taxes is a good thing. Because if you're paying more in taxes, it means you're making more money. Members of TTG, how many of you take some of the money that you make watching candles and you shop at small businesses in your community, or you donate to charities, or you donate to your church or to your temple? How many of you do that? Type the number 1 if you take the money you make and you shop at a small business in your community, or if you donate to a charity, because we donate to charities also. How many of you do that? You know, it's funny. We got an email from a woman the other day that actually shared her story with True Trading Group, that this woman is on a humanitarian mission in Egypt, where she goes to these poor villages in Egypt, and she is helping teenage girls, because in these villages the bathrooms, you know, they don't have toilets, they don't have doors, they don't have proper showers, and a lot of these girls are put in very peculiar and dangerous sometimes situations as people walk by and they can see them, you know, trying to use the restroom or trying to clean themselves or whatever it is. And this woman is on a mission to help redo and renovate all of these bathrooms inside of these villages by putting in proper toilets, showers, putting tile in the bathrooms, putting doors, so that these teenage girls have privacy and have a place of safety in these villages, while also teaching them kind of about finance and everything else to try to help them. That's one story that we got from one of our members, and she was able to actually have her very first 5-figure month. She was able to make more money trading with True Trading Group, implementing a wheel strategy, than she was actually making at her previous full-time job. Now, I don't know about you or what you consider contributing to society, but I would consider that contributing to society. There's actually the email that's right there, in case you guys thought I was full of shit. I'm not. There's the email that woman had sent us. She sent it to myself and Adam, and I shared this story with all of our members inside chat because it warms my heart to know, and you guys cannot even imagine. You know, it really does. It really warms my heart like you guys just can't even imagine. To know that True Trading Group has such a positive impact on so many people's lives, because what we do here at True Trading Group impacted this one member. And the impact that it had with this one member financially allowed her to go and go after and fulfill and pursue her dream of humanitarian help and go to another country and to be able to help teenage girls that need the help. She wouldn't be able to fulfill that or pursue that if it wasn't for the extra income that she had been generating through True Trading Group, which is funding this endeavor. So, Jack, I hope you don't have kids, brother, because I think you've just shoved your foot so far down your throat that I hope you don't have hand, foot, mouth, because if you pass it on to your kids, it's a real bitch. That's the truth. And there is the member actually in front of the Egyptian stock exchange. So she took a picture in front of the Egyptian stock exchange, which was really, really cool. She sent us a bunch of pictures too. She sent us a bunch of pictures of her trading in the taxi cab, like on the way, like her trading from her phone. And just really, really awesome. She sent us a picture with her and all the girls that she was helping. And they also did They set up like a shop, like a store where there she is. Oh, there it is. So there she is trading from the taxi cab. Right there she is trading from the taxi cab. Just amazing. This is such an incredible story. It's such an incredible story. You know, let me just read this. Let me just, you know what? I'm going to read you the email because I'm happy about it. Hi, this message is from Mike and Adam. I hope it goes through because I'm still in Egypt. I've been here since the end of October on a humanitarian mission, and I'm so grateful for TTG. Most of my trading has been done from the back of taxis en route to villages to work with teenage girls. Last week, I got into my trades the first 15 minutes off the open of the market on Monday, and the rest of the week, I was with the teenage girls basically 24/7. I didn't have time to tend to my trades, which is perfect for the way that I trade. I use the wheel strategy. I wasn't actively trading, but I still made much more in that week than I made in a month in my previous job. The previous week, I was doing the same and had my very first 5-digit week. Wow. I think I originally said a 5-digit month. She had a 5-digit week out in the villages. And I want to say thank you. Trading has allowed me to have the flexibility to pour into other people's lives and use what trading gives me to pass along to them. Part of my trading journey is using that money to change lives by renovating bathrooms in the villages. They are originally just a hole in the ground with no door. It's very dangerous for girls as they are often caught in very vulnerable positions by everyone walking by in their generational homes. Putting a locking door, a toilet, and a shower, and a tiling to the ceiling is giving them the dignity and safety they need. TGG has given me the skills to be able to do that, and I'm so grateful. I just wanted you to know you're not just changing our lives through your education and skills, but you are affecting the lives of those around us. Here are some pictures of me trading from the taxis while traveling and also showing you the bathroom renovations. Absolutely incredible story. Absolutely incredible story. So I love to see it. I really do. I love to see it. I love to see it, man. I really do. Just amazing. That's what your trading group is all about. It's stories like that. It's not, oh, you know, I bought a Rolex. It's stories like that, man. You know, it's stories like that. So what's the real strategy? It's when you sell cash covered puts, cash secured puts. So you'll sell puts on a stock that you don't mind owning. And then so let's say you would sell the 180 strike put on Nvidia. And if you get assigned the stock at 180, you then immediately start selling covered calls. And then if the position gets called away from you, you then start selling the cash secured puts. If you get assigned the stock, you then start selling the covered calls, and you just repeat that process over and over. That's the wheel strategy. But you got to do it on a stock you don't mind owning. All right. So there it is, guys. There it is. I think that is, it's a great story. And I'm really happy to share it. And I'm happy to be a part of it. Happy to be a part of it. Nvidia new high, now up 8% on the day. All right. And that's pulling the markets up too. The SPY is up almost 1%. So great earnings support there from Nvidia. Okay. So listen, those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, we do got to start to go here. We are going to, we do have a cash giveaway inside of main chat for all members. And we also have a live AI workshop and training inside of main chat following this live stream. So members, make sure you guys all head back into main chat when we're done here. One more time though, I want to see how many people are on here still that are not members. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member. One more time. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member. So don't be shy. Just type the letters TTG. Nanka Lopez, how are you? Gerson, how are you? Woody Marquez, Bruce, Lessa Levy. Adam, do you want to tell him? Adam, do you want to tell him, or? He said 1 second. So I think Adam's going to tell you guys something, but he said he needs 1 second. Since I love him so much, I was going to give him like 10 seconds. He only asked for one. Do a quick check back in on Palo Alto just real quick to see if we...
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Excellent. Hang on, let me see if I can turn my mic on. You want me to tell your story?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, just turned my mic on. I said, hey, you want me to tell you a story?
Oh.
All right.
While you tell them, I'm going to turn my mic off and blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back.
Record it for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, everyone? How's it going? Good, good. Glad you're doing well. Come here often. Anyways, so listen up. We have today, what we have right now is I have 6 laptops left. These are going to be the last ones that we have for the rest of the holiday season, just because I don't have the staff to seek them out anymore. And this was kind of like a, like a random occurrence. So what that means is that the next 6, it says 2 of 8, but I just haven't updated it, but really it's just 6. The next 6 people that sign up for an annual membership at True Trading Group, as long as you live within the continental United States, 30 days from the day that you sign up. We used to do it so you had to like complete courses and some other stuff. You don't. We'll just send it to you within 30 days. We will send you a brand new Acer laptop, 15.6 inch screen, full HD, AMD Ryzen, with an AMD Radeon graphics card. Sorry, Nvidia, but these were cheaper. Windows 11, and all of it is, you can run every single piece of our online software on it. It does not come pre-installed because it is online, so you just have to go to a website. We also, if you live in not the continental United States or in another country, we will have it to you within inside of 60 days. But there's no stipulation on it. You just get it, right? We've shipped these laptops all over the world. If UPS or DHL delivers to your country, you're going to get it. All right? So, yeah, you do not, and yes, finish the courses, but there isn't a stipulation on it. We're not going to have these. So you sign up, you pay for the year, you'll get it. Anyways, I got 6 of these. All right? I got 6 of them. The price for an annual membership to True Trading Group is less than $100 per month. All right? $997 for the entire year. Get the laptop, and then Michael go into everything else that you get. But I got 6. When they're done, they're done. And you'll know that they're done because the laptop will not show anymore. So, all right, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, guys. So again, it's ttgoffer.com. All right, ttgoffer.com. The first 6 people will get that free laptop, that Acer 15.5 inch. The membership, everything on that page is included in your membership. You got Mari, the AI trading assistant, okay, to ask questions, get trade ideas, analyze charts, and receive personalized trading insights with. You're going to get our professional trading chat room where the mods and I share our screens and trade with you live every day. You get all the real-time market data with the tools and resources and data feeds that we have through True Trading Group and through our partnerships with all these, with TradingView and Data Bento, Benzinga, the Nasdaq. You guys are going to get all the real-time data as well. Professional charting tools. You're going to get the trading educational library, which is all of our courses. It's a simplified and expanded upon version of the training that I received working at the fund in New York. You get access, obviously, to a global trading community of 11,000 traders from all over the world. You also get access to TTG Social, which is our own social media platform that is all the stuff you love about social media without all the stuff you hate. There's no spam, there's no bots, there's no politics. It is just you're talking to people that are verified members of True Trading Group. They share charts, ideas, form study groups and go over different trading ideas and strategies and everything else. It's really an amazing platform. You get the mobile apps, of course, and immediate access when you guys do join, plus our double your money back guarantee. So we stand behind everything we do here at True Trading Group. We put our money where our mouth is. And if you're going to invest and join True Trading Group, we are going to put that money up with you. You join, you pay $9.97 for the full year. You get access to the free laptop. You'll see that you get the free laptop and access to everything you see on that page. But if you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal the $997 membership cost at least one time, we do not just give you back your $997. We give you back $1,994. That is double what you paid. That is how confident we are in the platform that we have created. I just need you to complete the courses. Okay. Complete the courses and quizzes at the end of those courses. Log into our platform at least 50 times throughout the course of the year and execute trades with real money that total collectively double the membership costs. And if you guys can't make back the $997 at least once, we give you back $1,994. Now, our refund rate at True Trading Group, it's less than 2.5%. That's why we can do that. If our refund rate was 12%, we wouldn't be able to give you double your money back. But since it is so incredibly low, we can. Our retention rate amongst our members is in the mid-70s, and we are 4.5 out of 5-star rated on Trustpilot with, I think, almost 2,800 reviews. So go ahead and check that out. We also do offer for you guys, if you guys don't want the $997, which is by far the best value, there are flexible payment plans available. Okay, if you want to pay this off over 12 months, you can get started immediately today with access to everything on that page for $197 down, and you'll just pay $118 a month for the next 11 months. There's a 90-day plan, which is actually our most popular, which is $397 down, and you pay $425 a month for 2 months, and you guys are good to go. There's a 30-day plan. There's a 6-month plan. Whatever is easier for you. Just know this. If you select one of the payment plans, you will not receive the laptop until you complete the payment plan. So if you do a 12-month plan, then you're not going to get the laptop until after you complete the 12-month plan. Okay? But if you do the $997, excuse me, guys, I'm sick. If you do the $997, then you will get access to that laptop. If you're in the U.S., you'll get that laptop within the next 30 days. If you're outside of the U.S., just give us at least 60 days. You'll get that laptop within the next 60 days if you do the $997. So $997 is the best value by far, but there are flexible payment plans available if you guys so choose. So just go to ttgoffer.com, select whichever is the most, makes the most sense for you, and then get your butts inside chat. Let's kick some ass tomorrow. Nvidia rocking to the upside, now up 9% on the day, up around 6.5%, 6% or so after hours. Markets are moving higher. We got a little bit of a bounce back in Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is bouncing off the 180 support level. So we'll see what the markets bring for us here tomorrow. But the markets have survived Nvidia's earnings. And those of you that are not yet members, go to ttgoffer.com, sign up, get one of the laptops. How do you know you're going to get one of the free laptops? If you see it, you're getting it. Simple as that. Okay, it's a great gift for the holidays, or if you need it for work, or your kid needs it for school, whatever. You can even sell the damn thing on eBay. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay, but that is a free laptop. 15.5-inch Acer, brand new. You guys get that when you guys join, but it's only for the next 6 people. We are limited to just 6. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate, guys. Send us a text message. We're here, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is 621-2127. If you're unsure about something, you need clarity on something, you need help signing up, whatever, send us a text message, 1-888-621-2127. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your night. Members of True Trading Group, do not forget, we're going to open back up the main chat. Head back into main chat. We got a cash giveaway to celebrate NVIDIA earnings. And main chat is actually now open. So members, head back into main chat. We're doing a cash giveaway. Who doesn't like a cash giveaway before the holidays, baby? Let's go. Use that cash on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, whatever it is. We're doing a cash giveaway inside main. And then we've got a live AI training for you guys, a nice training session for all of the AI tools. If you guys want some training to use the AI tools the best that you possibly can, we're going to be doing that inside of live. Okay, we'll be doing that inside live. Sorry, bro, my very first time in your channel. Let me watch for a while. There's no less of Levy. There's no need to apologize. There's no need to apologize at all, man. You know how many people watched this live stream for a while? Let me actually let me actually just real quick, and then we're going to go. Members of TTG, how long did you watch my live streams before you guys became a member? No need to apologize, man. I appreciate you being here on the live. Just subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you always know when I do go live. I always share with you guys trade ideas, market commentary, analysis. But I'm just curious. Those of you, how many of you watched my live stream for a while? Ratsy goes, I watched for 2 years. Anthony, a few months. The Dent Pro, 3 years, 2 weeks. Susie watched one time and joined. I love it. Jack of all trades watched twice. Mr. Dad Bod watched 6 months. This person 1 month. Robert Lopez watched for 5 minutes and joined 3 months, 1 to 2 months. 5 years for Bro Bed Wars. Henry, 3 years, several months for still learning. This is great. Bruce just signed up. Guys, Bruce just signed up. Everybody welcome Bruce to the True Trading Group family. Everybody welcome Bruce. There's 5 of those laptops left now. Guys, everybody welcome Bruce. 5 laptops left now. But again, they are first come, first serve, guys. So if you guys join and you're one of the next 5 people, you got the free laptop and you have the double your money back guarantee as well. So Bruce, Lucy, Ryan, or Brett are going to call you now to help get you onboarded. All right, so Bruce just joined. So Bruce, if you're still listening, brother, one of our 3, either Brett, Luciano, or Ryan, okay? One of those 3 guys, Bruce, are going to call you soon, and they're going to help you with the onboarding process and get you all set up and ready to go, man. So Bruce, welcome to the family. I'm glad to have you. You got that free laptop coming your way. And again, anybody else, 5 of those remaining, text us if you guys have any questions, 1-888-621-2127. Okay? That's it. That is all. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Those of you that are not members, I hope to see you guys. And you know what, Bruce, if you want to head into main chat, now that you're signed up, once one of the guys give you a call, they can kind of help get you set up. But we are doing a cash giveaway inside main chat, and then we have a live workshop. It's free, where we're going to be training our members on how to use the AI tools. Okay, that's it. See you guys all later. Have a wonderful rest of your night. ttgoffer.com. Bruce, welcome to the family. The rest of you, I'll see you guys back in Maine. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, show some love. See you guys all tomorrow. Take care, folks.